G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here once again on Oasis to witness some top level Age of Mythology Retold action. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the south of the map in the color red, playing as the Norse. On Loki in particular, it's Demoted. That didn't sound right. Let me try that again. It's Demoted. Okay, all right, okay. It's Demoted. I've got no idea how we're going to pronounce his name, but we will get to it on the north side of the map in the color blue. I got this one, don't worry. Playing as Oranos, we've got Prostagma. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before you click off the video and say why is it lagging like crazy? Hear me out, okay? There's a little bit of a scandal going on, I'll say that much at the moment. This should hopefully be, we just got to weather it. It's a bit of a storm that happens early on in these games. And then once we get past it, we should be okay. So bear with me here because these two, look, there you go. We're at 30 FPS, now we're up to 65. Look at that. That's the way the game works. I don't know why. They're going to have to work that one out. These two players, don't worry, I checked them. I worked out. You can actually determine, so I was looking at the spectator list. I'm like, hold on, what if I view the profiles for the players? And I was going through the profile list and I said, well, hold on a minute. Prostagma, he's won like 15 games and he's only played 17 games. He's got like a 90% win rate. And I checked Demoted, right? Oh my god. Demoted. And he's exactly the same, like 87% win rate. And I was like, okay, obviously the matchmaking is doing some work here because it worked out both of these guys know what they're doing. It put them in a match together and said, Drongo, make it yours. So we're gonna try and do that our best today here. We're gonna be exploring, of course, the Oranos, the Gaia. I feel like that doesn't make sense, right? It's the Atlanteans, but it's Oranos in particular that we're going to be exploring, we're going to be taking a look at, and we're going to be talking about some of the new mechanics that you will see today. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about what we can expect. So my theory for Oranos, he's probably going to be playing a little bit differently to what he used to. Number one, because he doesn't have as many Skyway passages as he used to. So apparently he could have up to like 1 million before. Probably not that many. But you guys get the picture. Now he can have a maximum of 4. And he unlocks a new one every age. So in the first age you start off, you get 1. Congratulations. Second age, congratulations, you've got 2. You get the idea, right? So it kind of means that you're a little bit more, like you've got to really make a decision. Am I going to put this Skyway passage down outside my opponent's base, or am I going to put it in my base to try and keep myself safe? And I think you can definitely play into a bit more of a defensive style because of that. I think once you hit the heroic age and you unlock that third one, it's going to be a little bit easier to then get on the aggressive. Now, we should also take just a quick relic review because we do see that Prostagma is standing by this relic at the north, the Chariot of Cybele right here. This is an S-tier relic. A pair of lions periodically appear at your temple and respawn if killed. Let's increase that map size. Over on the east corner, we've got another relic. It's Ulra's bow. Increases the range and line of sight of ranged soldiers. This is an S-tier relic as well. 2 range, 2 LOS. Very, very nice. Nose of the Sphinx, increased building hit points by 15%. Nowhere near as strong as the other two. Probably a nice C tier. And then finally, we've got Pygmalion statue, increasing villager hit points by 40%. This is a great relic. I think this is probably about a 40%. I think this is probably about an A tier right there. Definitely not on par with the other two at the top. But we do have the age ups now coming through. Prostagma going to be looking to age up with Prometheus. No real surprise there. On the other side of the map, we'll check in with his opponent, who is going to be going up with Forseti. All right, we have got ourselves a little bit of a matchup. Now, keep in mind, there is also the prospect of a spy here. I don't think spy has been used just yet. No, it hasn't actually been used yet, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. Now, one thing to note here for Prostagma is that Oranos has also got a couple of other little changes. Look at that. He picks up the relic and then just keeps walking like an absolute beast. It's like he didn't even... You didn't even know that the relic was gone and the relic just floats away. Cool guys don't look at explosions, but I tell you what, they definitely do look at relics. Have a look at that right there. He floated his way through to that top side. Immediately, look at this. Micro that comes in immediately onto the villager, but inside he jumps into the manor and straight back out. We've now got the Heroized Oracle coming through. Keep in mind, these guys do a 5.5 bonus against any sort of myth unit. So if you're a myth unit, watch out. Watch out, you've been warned. Meanwhile, Promethean on the way towards that south side. Another Oracle going to get picked up here. I don't think he's got much of a chance because this guy, unfortunately, hasn't been heroized. He's going to get taken out early on in this game. Now, one of the things to note is that when it comes to Orinus's unique ability... Oh. Hello, my friend. Unfortunately, you've come to the wrong neighborhood. This was not a neighborhood that was intended for... I want to say... Are you a troll, right? You're a troll. Relic gets dropped on the ground. I don't know what this mechanic is, where he's dropping the relic. I think this is just like done automatically, right? Like he's not physically clicking down the relic every single time this is happening. Surely not. Looks like we've got ourselves a Terma out. Terma's gonna struggle here. No ranged units for it to really deal with now, but Mermillo's definitely gonna help out. Yet to pick up the heroization for them just yet. Patrol gonna be chased away by the Oracle. And a fair decent amount of damage has come in. The Shockwave, he brings it back and says, oi, where you going with my relic, mate? That is not happening today. Beautiful use of that God power. Now, keep in mind, we've got a couple of extra uses here for that. Give me a second here, fellas. Excuse me, you may have heard I'm struggling for breath over here. I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so... You know, playing the game is easy because I'm just talking to you guys, but when I'm casting a game, I get exciting. And look at that, utilizing the pull mechanic right there, getting that little bit of extra movement speed out of that last hearse here, and takes the relic back to safety. Beautifully done right there by Garmod. We're just going to go with Garmod. Don't confuse him with any kind of wristwatch or anything like that, though. Meanwhile, Healing Spring now coming up inside the base here for Garmod. So looking to heal up. Meanwhile, towards that top side, have a look at this. So one thing to note is there's quite a few villages up here that are on gold. 5 villas on gold. We start to see upgrades coming through as well. Looks like we've got husbandry coming through. We can take a look at the citizens and see what else they've got. They've got pickaxe at the moment, so no hand axe upgrade through just yet. Now those Terma together with the Murmillo moving in on the backside. Find a dwarf that was just kind of chilling out by the trees. Unfortunately, not the best place to chill out, and he does end up losing his life right there. Definitely a bit of a tough little spot for him. Now, keep in mind, at the top of your screen, we do have the villager count. You can see, or at least population count. Got 20 up against 30 at the moment. So what's happening with Garmod? He's training vills, or at least he's making dwarfs from the town center. I don't know how even Stevens this is, because while it's population, I don't necessarily know. Hold on, I just realized. I think we can check income per minute. If I hover over this, does it tell me income? No, it doesn't. Oh, I was thinking like maybe that's a thing where we just hover over that. I swear that used to be a thing, didn't it? Maybe I'm thinking Age of Empires 3 or something like that. Anyway, it looks like we might have potential age ups coming through. There's a little bit of gold being stockpiled for both of these players here. Keep in mind they're both very good players. So a stockpile of gold is not an indication of misplay, but rather of intention to probably age up. And have a look at the amount of dwarves we've got on gold here. 9 dwarves on gold at the moment. You're going to need to think about moving to a second gold mine soon. We are on Oasis. This is a map that is notorious for its low resources. At least it's low food. I've already complained to all you AOM guys. I'm like, yo, what's the deal with Oasis? Why does it have no food on it? And they're like, that's Oasis, bro. Been like that for 20 years. Ain't going to change now. I was like, okay, fair enough. But like, what is it with you guys that you just enjoy like playing maps with no food on it? Like, look at this. I've just got a whole bunch of baboons out here to eat. That's my breakfast. Like, I gotta eat baboon. Last game we were eating pigs. We were having a great time, but unfortunately it's just there's baboon and a little bit of giraffe. I think, yeah, you got a couple giraffe down here occasionally. It's very scarce. But speaking of scarce, have a look at this. These dwarves just out in the corner of the map. Does he know about the raid potentially? What's going on out over here? Hold on a minute. Look at that. Was that a bit of a dodge or what happened? Wait, I just realized, has he still not used the spy ability just yet? I don't think he's used the spy ability yet. Or maybe he has, but the unit got taken out. Perhaps that's what happened. But I don't remember seeing it being used or hearing it being used, because normally you do hear it or see it or smell it. Or, you know, there's some sort of sense that you'll be brought to upon realization. Ulra's bow. Oh, man, that's a hard word to say. Can we just go with Ul's? Ul's bow. The R is silent, right, guys? I think the R is silent. All right, so let's check in and see how Prostagma is doing over on that north side. Age up definitely going to be coming through shortly here. And I will just say, it feels so good watching or spectating a game where my blue player, who is on the left over here, is also blue on the background and also on the left-hand side. And my player on the right is red, and they're on the right side here, and they've got the red background. Oh my god, it's like the stars have aligned in this game right here. For anybody wondering what I'm talking about, like this background here is dependent on what civ you're playing, or what pantheon you're playing. So technically this background here is green, it's not blue. Atlanteans get green, Greeks get blue, yellow is for the Egyptians, and red is for the Norse. And then from there, obviously, you've got your color, red, blue, all of that. But then, of course, on top of that, you can also have these sides switched. So it just makes it a little bit confusing, because sometimes you can have, like, the blue player will be over this side, and the red player will be over this side, and you've got them on different sides. But it just feels really, really good when it's casting, or when you're casting like that. But we've got age ups now starting to come through. I can only suspect. You can see how close we are. Let's right on board here with Prostagma. It's going to be Thea that he's opting to go into. So that's going to be looking to take advantage of the Dryads, looking to pick up the tree. What's the name of the tree? This is a tough one. I'm going to try and bring this one. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to Age of Mythology, that's not my background. My background's Age of Empires 3. I played the hell out of that game back when I was a kid. I was a world champion back when I was a kid, but unfortunately, I never touched Age of Mythology. So I've got no idea, but I know it's a tree, and I'm going to go with like the Hermanmillion tree. Thymillion? Thyroidian? It's something... There's some Ilian component to it. All right, well, it looks like we've got the bird. It's like the Stoician bird. Stymphalion! I knew it! Oh no, that's the bird. That's not the tree. Anyway, we'll get to the tree shortly. Relic getting picked up down here. Never mind. It's just the... Actually, it's the Pygmalion statue. 40% extra health on your Vils. Definitely nice to have. It's probably a little bit late for it. You know, how good would have it been up here if you'd had it for these little fights? Definitely not going to be losing a dwarf along the wood line if you managed to pick that one up. Let's double check and see. Has that tree been spotted out just yet? Meanwhile, towards the front, have a look at the numbers that are building here as well. We've also got, have a look at bring in the relic in, the Terma hero on the way. Gonna make it safely back behind the walls. They're slowly starting to come up. No second town center taken just yet for Garmad, but we do now start to see he's got the age up coming through as well, and it's going to be Bragi that he's going into, so that's going to give him access to battle boars, but most importantly, those flaming weapons. I can't wait to see it. The flaming weapons, an extra, I think it's 80% attack that you get on your units, so have a look at his numbers, and there's the spine now going to be utilized. He's got no idea where it is, but you can see it's on this Terma at the back here. So this is one that you want to avoid killing if at all possible. There's the battle ball. He's heading straight to the north side. You can see he's got plenty of units up here, and he's going to almost allow his opponent into the base. Vermilla doing some damage here. Not able to find any kills just yet, but the numbers are looking good. Really nice combo that he's got here. So Terma, obviously a counter unit. They do extra counter damage to ranged units, and they've got a very low base damage, 5.5, whereas the Murmillo doesn't have any bonus damage against anything. It's just got relatively decent. Oh, look, it's a base trade. Oh, Garmad going for it. He's got flaming weapons as well. He's going to pop it. There he goes, straight for the town center now. Look at the amount of damage that is getting done here. He's just committing to it. He says, you know what? I know exactly where your forces are. Oh, wouldn't you have loved a little wall off at the back there? That would have absolutely done it. Oh, we've got a little bit of lag. Don't worry. Stay with me. I've seen these before. Don't worry. I'm a professional. I'm just going to remind you guys, because you might be thinking, Drongo, this is your PC that's happening. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not, baby. We're running a 4090. We got the top of the line here. Unfortunately, we're still in a little bit of a, a stress test right now, so they're intentionally trying to stress us here. But have a look at this base. Battle Boar in here as well. The base trade is coming through, and the Oranos now, with no Skyway passages, by the way, is going to be able to defend this. Where are the Skyway passages? Now, finally, on the return. We do have Prostagma looking to keep his win rate a little bit higher, at least above that 90% threshold. It's got the Frost Giant in here as well. We don't see that tree placed anywhere at the moment, but decent cleanup coming in. Town Center is not going to go down. I take it back. The Battle Boar's got it, baby. 3. Boom. There it is. Oh, my lord. That was damn well close, but he manages to get it in the end. Town Center dropped down immediately, but keep in mind, baby, there is a... Hold on. Okay, I was going to say, why does it have the scaffolding around it right now? But it's okay. It was a spectator issue. It was an ID 10T issue. Oh, Shockwave comes in once again, forcing all those Herses into terrible spots. Jeez, when it hits, it's so loud. Like, when I say that, whoa, that's like actually me being scared. The other night, I was sitting in my my office downstairs, and I'd rearranged stuff in the cupboard, and one of them was off balance, and it made this big loud noise, and I'm not kidding you, I needed new underpants. It wasn't pretty. Not really, but you get the picture, right? Like it is, that's some big noises right there, and have a look at that. Valkyrie on the front line gonna just come in to help. Garmad says, you know what? We need to give a little bit of assistance right here, and the gods answer his prayers. Hillfort's gonna be able to defend. We've got the Stymphalian bird slowly chipping away. Second one going to come in as well. Now, you got to remember, you know, I didn't like these units at first, but I slowly came around to them because the big thing is they're in the air. That's what makes them attractive in my mind. So you can do what's happening right now. You can do run-bys. You can go behind walls. You can look for villages. And to respond to this, you're going to need, at the very least, ranged hero units. So fortunately, that's pretty simple to do. As long as you've got a Gotti or two, you'll be absolutely okay. So expect to see that coming out from Garmad soon. But look at the DPS that's getting done out over here. Dwarves going to be going down. Really nice cleanup coming through here from Prostagma. So manages to hold on the front, Garmad does, but he is falling behind on the eco. All right, let's check in and see how that economy is going. Beautiful job raiding here. I definitely think when it comes to these birds, so they've got multiple shots, but I think it's probably best to not be using them sort of face to face with the enemy, and going for like little annoying raids like this. Maybe don't include them with the main army, the main control group. Now we don't actually see any skyway. There it is, the Hesperides tree. I was nowhere near it. I said, what did I say? The Herman Miller light? Because I was going off like the Herman Miller. Yeah, that's pretty close. Hesperides tree. We almost got there. Mermillo just chilling out. Unfortunately going to be going down here as those arrows are missing. Is it because he's so fast? Look at him, he's a fast boy. He's very fast. All right, so Palace is now going to be coming up for Prostagma in the north. Couple Dryads also going to be joining the fray. Take a look at this. Huskarl's out, but there's not a lot of ranged units on the field anymore. Slowly and steadily. Now, Huskarls have got pretty decent armor on them, but have a look at that melee damage. Only 7 melee damage, so really not a lot of damage in these fights, because remember, they are pretty expensive compared to like a Murmillo, which has got 7.7 damage. Slowly chipping away at the enemy units. I'm going to take a swig of my water. Give me a second here. Oh, I tell you what, how good is water? S tier. Water is definitely an S tier drink. We'll say that much. What else would be an S tier drink? Like some sort of... Definitely milkshakes? Wait, did we even... Nose of the Sphinx? Increase building hit points by... I think we did. That's like a C tier, right? I think we called it C tier. Maybe even D tier. Yeah, hit points are kind of important sometimes. Oh my lord. From the top rope, quite literally, but there's the Gotti. I think it's G-O-D-I, right? G-O-D-I, yeah, G-O-D-I. Wait, close, not back. Wow. Well, we got ourselves a good fun game here. I'd love to see from Garmad going in for that second town center. It's just sitting behind here. You know, we're at the 17-minute mark into this game. He would be absolutely, you know, absolutely fine to go into that. No problem, in my opinion. He's got the hill fort on the front, double hill fort, in fact. Oh, he could actually look to go to Mythic Age right now. That could be an option for him as well. Huskarl numbers are beginning to build. He's got a lot of power in a Mythic Age here. If you wanted to go there, of course, you've got some really good options for Loki. In particular, if I remember correctly, you've got access to the big, fiery, scary bird. So that's always something to note. Nidhogg. That's his name. He's a dragon, right? I'm pretty sure he's a dragon. And I'm pretty sure Loki's the only one that's got access to it. I think the other two don't have access to it. Yeah, because they have access to Ragnarok. Look at me. Look at Drongo. I'm slowly learning ancient mythology. Look, you guys put up with me long enough, and we'll get there eventually. Have a look at that. So you're going to need to throw your rocks a little bit higher than that one. He's gone for the smaller rocks instead. He's working it down slowly, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, Bird too strong. I'm going to have to nerf Bird. Have a look at this. Until these guys can start throwing their hammers up, it's going to be a hard fight. But hey, hold on a minute, Drongo. Huskarl's in the north. Despite their low damage, seem to be doing relatively well at this push. Destroyers getting absolutely destroyed. A couple of citizens here on the front line underneath the double palace here. And it looks like Prostagma should be able to hold this aggression with the second palace. First palace is firing while the second one manages to just sustain itself for the moment. More Huskarls now going to start running through. Couple units on the backside. Oracle Hero just chilling out here with the goat. It's great to see. It's great to see the Mister has joined us. Mister, how are you doing? Hold on. Ah, good to hear. Good to hear, Mister. It's always good to hear from the Mister when we get the chance to. Actually, now that I think about it, who is the goat of Age of Mythology. It's the Mister, right? It's either the Mister or Magic. And I heard Recon was pretty good back in the day, but I'm not 100% sure. I met all three of these guys at Red Bull Walla Lol a couple of years ago, and I just remember them talking about the good old days of AOM and about how sometimes Mister would be bored and he'd message Recon and be like, hey, can you start streaming for me? I'm bored. And so Mr. Recon would start streaming some AOM for him just so he could watch. Oh, Mister. What a guy. What a character. But over on that east side now, a couple merms. Gonna be, do you call them merms? A couple merms getting chased down here by a berserk. Managed to turn the tide. Meanwhile, we've got farms starting to come up. Beautiful farms coming through here. Of course, one thing to remember is with the farmers of your... The farmers with your Atlanteans, they don't have to drop off their food anywhere, so it's absolutely fine putting your farms around your base like this. Not a problem. The only issue you've got is that you've got a reduced proximity to town centers, a reduced proximity to garrison positions, so that's always something that you need to be cognizant of when putting your farms in positions like that. Huskarl numbers still looking pretty decent. Push coming through now on that north side. I'm still looking for a sky passage. Can I see a sky passage? How about a healing spring? All right, I'll take a healing spring. Nothing else really springing to mind at the moment, though. Give me another second. I gotta clear this bad boy. I don't know why my camera moved like that while I was doing that, but anyway, here we are. All right, numbers are looking good here. A couple of Contis out as well. I know that one. You guys call the Contarius the Conti. Numbers starting to look good. Mermillo, Conti together with a couple of Arcus on the back line. Have a look at this. So going for the full standard military barracks outline. Not looking to go in any counter units, at least at this stage. Just looking to keep it simple. Huskarl numbers, though, are starting to get very annoying. He's constantly doing run-bys here. Just looping around the enemy base, trying to find a way through. Another palace going to be coming down on the south side. Still, by the way, where are they? I don't see them. I'd hate for there to be sky passages, and I've just missed them. But can we just talk about the fact that right now, like, one of the key elements for Oranos is not being used by Prostagma. Now, I don't know how good Prostagma is within the context of, like, the Mister or Magic or Recon, right? But I do know that he's a very good player, right? Like, you don't just have a 90% win rate and just be, like, a decent player. So, I'll say that much. But the fact that he's not using them, I think, is a bit of, like, an elephant in the room right now for the way that Oranos plays. Or maybe it's just the way that he's playing it. Who knows? Maybe it's too early to call. Cleanup will come through, though. Of course, the Contis do very well against... Wait, do you call them Contis? Contarius? Contars? I think you call them Contis, right? Or am I thinking of something different? Maybe I'm thinking of something different. Maybe I'm just going to call them Contarius. Contarius? Contarius. Oh, and have a look at this. We've got the palaces coming through. I'll just need to double check here. Has he got the relic? The good relic? No, he doesn't have the good relic. That's on the side of Garmad, right? We have a look at the hill fort. No, why does the hill fort still say it costs 5? Has he dropped the relic out? Where's the sledge? No. The sledge is over here. No, that's not the sledge. Where's the sledge? Where's the sledge? Somebody, somewhere. Tell me where the sledge is. Is there a second temple? Was there a second temple? Sir, there's been a second temple. I don't see it. He's got one relic in here. And I don't know. Then there's the second relic here. Minimap. Third relic here. Fourth relic could be in this temple. But it's not. I got no idea where that relic is. I would like to apologize to the people who are watching this. Oh, fourth base now getting taken. Are we on a 4v1 base situation right now? Is Prostagma... Oh my lord, look at the scores. Actually, you know what? If you're a Loki fan, don't look at the scores. I'm going to do you a solid here right now. Do not look at the scores, Loki fans. Things are not looking up at the moment for Garmad. Slowly, Prostagma is whittling away at his defenses. The defenses are looking strong, though. Army numbers are still quite decent. Walls yet to be upgraded. Built with solid, formidable wood. But now the numbers on the north are looking scary. One thing to note, though, is that... this is something that I know about Garmad. Was that the first time? I think that's the first time we've seen that ability used. No, it's not. It's like the 7th time. Okay, he loves Huskarls. Garmad loves Huskarls. So they do very well against Arcus. And there's a lot of Arcus back here. So I think, if anything, he's still got a chance in this game, right? Like, oh, Lord. Heavy Arcus now coming online. He's getting the upgrades. Have we got Mythic Age coming through soon? Why don't we have Mythic Age coming through soon? You've got so many resources stacked in there, Prostagma. Mountain Giant now going to be coming out. This can't be the first Mountain Giant. I don't remember seeing another Mountain Giant. Am I crazy right now? Did he just like, has this Mountain Giant been sitting in the corner of the map the whole game and he's only just brought it forward? Or am I just a little bit... So you have 360 crush damage. Like, that's it. Like, nothing else, he just crushes. Oh, okay, never mind. It must have been because he was looking at a building. Contarius now going to get their heroic upgrade. We'll be able to deal with the crush of the enemy. You can see just how quickly they're able to dispatch of him. He's going to try and take out a goat. Goat, no, leave Mister alone. Mister, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Indeed. All right, more units now starting to come through in on this south side. 25 minutes into this game. And Prostagma, he's looking like he's in a solid spot, but the military numbers still relatively even. He's going to pop the Bragi special, baby. Flaming weapons once again onto the backside. Have a look at the damage. Town Center does have that extra health, and we've got the age up actually in queue on this TC. If the TC goes down, he's in trouble. But doesn't look like it's going to be going down. Huskarl's taking a lot of damage. Numbers not looking the best here, but he's made a connection. And look how much damage he's able to do with the flaming weapons. Cleaning up that full Arcus backline. He is annihilating it completely. Beautiful, beautiful amount of damage that's coming through there. He's like two-shotting these units, three-shotting these heavy Arcus on the back. In the end, he does get cleaned up, but good value is definitely got there. Was it game-winning value? No, it wasn't. Is your opponent going to the Mythic Age? Yes, they are. Did you manage to take a third town center? Yes, you did. Okay, all right. Okay, hold on. My only fear at this stage of the game is your economy is very far behind your opponent's economy. So this is something we need to be really thinking about and getting up to speed. And that's exactly what he's doing. Hecate now going to be coming out. Where is that Tartarian gate? Here it is. It's on the top. Is it Hecate? Hecate? Harkati? Play. No, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Vermillo's now and Arcus pushing up together. Expect to see a couple of upgrades, and we also have Fanatics together with the Fire Siphons on the way. Couple Idle Vills down here. Just going to have to move these out. We can see that the Dwarf is slowly working on the walls that are preventing him from getting back behind enemy lines. And Mountain Giant number 2 is going to come out. He says, I'm ready for it. He's going to start crushing. And start crushing he does. But unfortunately, I feel like his days of crushing are numbered. Fire Siphon now going to start working down this town center. Fortifications yet to come through on it. Only 2100 HP. Towards that north side, we can see more Fire Siphons coming through. Definitely the coolest kids on the playground, that is for sure. Look at these guys. I want to be driving one of those home. They look like a very expensive... I want to say like a classic vehicle. You know, like the classic 1920s style, but just with a flamethrower on the front. Very similar. Very similar. He's holding, though. He's holding. Tartarian Gate going to be coming in. Where is it? There it is! Oh! Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm coughing. That's how bad this is. You know when you're coughing, it's bad. Oh, Lord. Okay. Good news is he's got Thrassen, Gustaven here, and all of his buddies. Isolfl, Oldmanson. And he should be able to clean this up without too much of a hassle. You would normally look at this God Power and be like, this is scary AF. But if there's anything I want to be when this God Power pops off, it's the Norse. Just the fact that your Hersiers do so effectively against these spawns, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. The fact that they keep spawning and keep jumping and killing his Vills, this ain't bad. You wait until Fimbulwinter hits. This ain't bad. This ain't even... Where are you going? Excuse me, sir. Have you heard about our... Can I interest you in a low interest? No, we don't take... We don't have interest. Tartarian Gate does go down in the end. Finally. And he's making his way towards the middle. Have a look at this. He will get there. We will get there. We will get to the center. A lot of dwarfs. I love the fact that he's gone for so many dwarfs rather than the village. Oh, Lord. The north has completely fallen. There's one final play that I can see for Garmad to bring him back here. He needs to go into Fimbulwinter. Or he needs to type in GG. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my Lord, excuse me right there. I'm sorry for being sick. I'm not really. I mean, what can I do? Blame the children. Give me a sec. I'll take a swig of the Red Bull. All right, what a game that we got to see right there. Very nice performance from Prostagma. Going to be maintaining that 90% win rate for himself, at least for the moment. So very well played to him. Really methodical game. But I will just say today, the one big thing for me is the fact that we didn't get to see a single Skyway Passage. At least if we did, I missed it. You know, maybe this building, no, it's not. Nope, that's not a Skyway Passage. Nope, that's a market. We didn't get to see a single Skyway Passage. Is it useless? No. Is it just not that useful? Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's jump in and check the post game, get a bit of an idea on where things landed at that final countdown. All right, so you can see throughout that game they're relatively close, even at the 15-minute mark, within 3K of each other. But it does start to pull away as that second TC is really starting to get realized. Third TC, obviously, as well, quite early on here. So Prostagma, in the end, a pretty decent economic advantage over his opponent. Military-wise, still relatively decent fights throughout the game, and we can see that Garmad was very close in a lot of those. But unfortunately, in the end, his opponent just outscaled him and did a very good job of just tearing him down slowly. So well played to Prostagma, and Prostagma to you all.